Hi everyone, it's Jeffrey from OSET here with an instructional video on how to use the OSET member portal to apply for Certified Technician. That's CTEC. So what you're going to want to do is head to oset.org and click on the Join button in the top right corner. This will take you to the OSET member portal where you can sign up. The email you use here to sign in will be the primary email with OSET. So use whichever address you want OSET materials to be sent to, something you check often so you receive important information from us. Choose a password and click on Sign Up Join. Great. So after that's done confirming your login credentials, it's going to take you to the profile page where you can fill in a profile with your information. Note that anything with a red asterisk is a required field. You're going to see that throughout the application process. So let's enter citation, enter first and last name, enter your date of birth. You can use this calendar function here. If you click on the top on the month, it'll switch you to a year selector. And if you click on it again, it'll provide several years at a time. We can flip back and choose our date of birth, and then tell us if you're a Canadian citizen or permanent resident. Next up, we ask for a telephone. So choose your preferred phone, residence, business, or cell, and enter a number in the corresponding field. Then we're going to ask for your address. So for that, just click on Add New. This little window will open. Select if your address is going to be in Canada, US, or international. Then if it's your residence, business, or other. And go ahead and enter your address in. And click on Submit. After a moment, that'll load and your address will appear in the table. Great. You can provide us with any social media handles you choose to, and we do want you to tell us where you heard about OSET. So just choose one of these options or other. And in our example, we're applying for certified technician. So we're not applying to be a student member. So you can go ahead and leave this as no and click on submit. Now, when this finishes loading, it's going to take us to the portal homepage. Great. So we'll see here that our profile has been successfully updated. And we can now start our application, which we're going to do with this blue button right here. So we get presented with 6 options that lead to different applications depending on your circumstances. Now, in this example, we're going to use an engineering technology or applied science graduate, and we're going to click on the second option. And we see that a new display has opened here, and it's asking what we want to apply for, whether we're going for Certified Engineering Technologist, CET, or Certified Technician, CTEC. And in this example, we're going to go for Certified Technician. So let's click on CTEC. And then we can use this drop down to select our discipline. And today we're going to go for civil. Then click on Next. All right, this moves us on to step 1 of the application. This is a lot of useful information about the application process. You're going to want to read through the entire page carefully, understand what's being asked of you for this application. And once you understand, you're going to have to agree with this consent down here at the bottom. So go ahead and click the checkbox once you're finished reading. The continue button will appear. You can click on that to move on to step 2. All right, step 2 of the application has some instructions here as well. is a validation of the profile information that we entered earlier. But now that you are actually applying, we need a little bit more information. We're going to ask for your gender. So just choose an option here. And we're going to ask you to provide a legal name document. So to do that, click on this blue Add New button. Window will open. You're going to want to give it a useful descriptive name, something like passport or legal ID, and use the Choose File button to access your hard drive and select the appropriate file. Then click on Submit. All right, once you've entered your legal ID and selected a gender option, go ahead and click Next at the bottom of the page. And this will take you to the Affiliations page. Now, if you are now or have ever been a member of an engineering technology or applied science association, society, or licensing body in Canada, we want to know about it. So click on New Affiliation and a new window will open where you can enter your details about your membership there. And then we're going to ask you to provide documentation to support your claim, such as a membership card. Now, if you don't have an affiliation of this type, don't worry. Most people don't. You can just click Next. And that's going to take us to the academics page. A review of your academic achievements is an essential component of getting certified with OSET. You will also need to verify this information by submitting an official transcript once your application is complete. Official transcripts must come directly from the academic institution. We also have requirements regarding translations. You can read about academic requirements and document requirements on our website. There's a link right here, or you can head back to oset.org. So at least one academic record is required to submit an application. So we are going to click on the blue Add Academic button to enter that info. So first, check off if you attended a Canadian post-secondary institution or an international post-secondary institution. So in this example, we're going to use Canadian. Check the box, and then you can use this magnifying glass to see a list of Canadian institutions. So if you see the school you attended, check it off, click Select, and then over here on the right side, you can use another magnifying glass to find the program. Now, if your program does not appear in that list, you're going to want to check off this box here. My program is not on the list. And if your institution is not on the list, you're going to want to use this checkbox that says my institution is not on the list. In either case, it will open new fields where you can type in information about your program or your school. Now we're going to want you to tell us when you attended the school. If you don't recall the exact date, you can just enter the first of the month. So in my example, let's say 2010, September to 2012, June. Now, please tell us if you graduated or didn't. If you did graduate, tell us if you got a diploma or a degree and what type. And please enter your graduation year as well. And then click on Submit. This is going to take us back to the main academics page. Here we are. And we can see the entry we created is in this table. You can add an entry for every school and program you attended. You can use this Add Academic button to just keep adding new ones until you've covered every post-secondary school you'd like to tell us about. Below that, you have the option to add academic documents. Now, this is a place to upload a copy of your unofficial transcript. So an unofficial transcript is one that has come to the applicant directly instead of straight to the OSET office. So this is one you either downloaded from your school or something you scanned in. We're going to want to give it a useful descriptive name like unofficial transcript. And then we're going to choose file to access our hard drive and select the right document and click on submit. So with our academic history entered and the transcript to support it, we're going to click next, and that will take us to the experience page. Now at the top of the experience page, there's a lot of good, useful information here about uploading experience records. The main thing to note is that you need to demonstrate 2 years of experience at the level you have applied for. So we need to demonstrate 2 years of work experience at the technician level. So to do that, we're going to scroll down and we're going to click on the blue Add Experience button. Now we can enter our job title here. Now, is this your current employer? No or yes. If it is your current employer, you don't need to enter an end date because you're still working there. If it is not your current employer, make sure to enter the start and end date. So let's put in the start date. We started working there in 2021 summer. And you can enter a brief description of your position here. It's not a required field, and we are going to ask you to upload a job description file. But if you want to enter a brief description here, you can do so. Next, we need you to enter your supervisor's name. And enter their title as well. And if they hold one of these professional designations, please select it and provide us with their email as well. Next up, we need to enter your employer information. So go ahead and check this box. My employer is not on the list. And then if your employer record is from a Canadian company or an international company, just check the appropriate box and enter your employer information. We're going to want their address as well. And click on submit. Okay, so our work experience is now in this table. If you'd like to enter more work experience, you can do so by clicking the Add Experience button and just repeating the steps. Next up, we can upload documents. So to validate your work experience, we require a resume and 1 or more job descriptions. Decide which positions in your work history you would like to use to demonstrate your work experience. You need a minimum of 2 years with experience at the level you have applied for, which in our case is CTEC. The job description you submit will need to be signed by your supervisor, and your supervisor will also need to provide a professional reference. So let's go ahead and enter our resume. Submit. And let's enter our job description as well. Now, both the resume and job description must follow OSET guidelines to be accepted. Click the link in the instructional text to return to our website and find those guidelines. Resume is here, job description is here, and more information about all documents that are necessary in an application can be found here. Now, once you've got your documents ready and uploaded, you are going to be ready to click the next button. This will move you on to references. It's a good idea to ask people to serve as your reference before you submit them so that they know to expect an email from OSET. So click on the blue New Reference button Now, the person providing the reference, are they a current or former supervisor? If so, choose supervisor under reference type and enter the employer information. You're going to want this supervisor information to match with the, especially if it's your current supervisor, you're going to want it to match the job description as well. You can provide a phone number, but it's not required. And if they hold one of these professional designations, just mark that off and click on submit. And I'm going to show you one more reference. You can also submit a colleague reference by choosing colleague. They'll receive different questions than a supervisor, so you'll make sure to get those matched up to the right people. And you're going to need to provide 2 to 3 references. You want each job description to be supported by a supervisor reference. Now, once you've entered all your references, you can click on Next, and that will take you to the signature page. This comes with a declaration. You're going to want to read through this carefully. If you have any questions about the declaration, you can send an email to certify@oaset.org. But after you've read this through, if you're okay with the declaration, click the checkbox and type in your name in the applicant signature area. And click submit. So once that loads, you'll be shown the invoice for your application fee. Here it is. You can pay by check or by credit card. If you pay by check, the application will not be processed until the check arrives and is processed here. Credit card payments are immediate. Click the option that's right for you. If you choose credit card, enter your card details and click confirm. Once you've made payment, you can access a receipt through the My Account option in the main menu. Once you've made your application fee payment, your application is complete. We will begin processing your application and we'll contact you if we have any questions. Be sure to check the email you use to log into the portal regularly. It is our primary means for contacting you. And if after watching this video you still have questions about applying for a certified technician, then please email certify@oaset.org. That's CERTIFY@oacett.org, and we can help you further. Thanks for watching this video, and have a good day.